So back again with another video. Everybody's talking about the Terrence Crawford and Canelo fight that's coming up September 13th, I believe. 13th or the 18th. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, it's a lot of talk as it get closer and closer, of course. It's a whole bunch of talk. Whole bunch of speculation. And, well, here's my take. Well, honestly, it's certain fights I don't want to see happen or never wanted to see happen. As for instance, the Bud Crawford Errol Spence fight. And I was pushing for Errol Spence. That's my guy. And watch my story on that, because it was funny. I actually won and lost at the same time. But check that prior story out. But anyway, I never wanted to see that happen. But it happened. And of course, it's part of the nature of the sport, nature of life. Some things it can only be one. So in this situation, I feel the same way. So anyway, let me quit the foreplay. I'm pushing for Bud. Bud is really, he beat my guy Errol Spence. I gotta give him his props, straight up. And in this case, I feel the same way. But my only concern is the obvious move up in weight. See, I don't like that. Now, some fighters, I guess, depending on their body, can do that, can pull it off, depending on what their natural walk-around weight is. But even then, I don't too much like the practice. Now, some fighters can transcend, but not all. And hopefully Bud can transcend. And if so, I believe he'll beat Canelo. Now, don't get me wrong, Canelo definitely ain't no slouch. Canelo been in the game for a long time. He fought the best, although he's been accused lately of cherry picking. But hey, he fought Mayweather. You know, Canelo, he been around. Canelo ain't no slouch. And if you don't know what you're doing, he will put you down. So, again, and he's naturally bigger. So, he used to fighting at that weight. Now, I don't know exactly what weight they fighting at. I don't know if it's at what they call it, a catch weight or anything of that sort. But regardless, now, that's my only concern when it comes to that. And this is kind of why I don't really want it to see it happen. But I'm definitely pushing for Bud. Because Bud, as we know, as we see, Bud, hey, he put blenders on you. He gonna put the tips on you, man. And he switch up on you, man. Soft paw. So, you know, he put tips on you. Get on that helmet piece from multiple angles, so to speak. You know, and he can turn up the intensity, you know, and match with you, you know. And Bud got that gift. You know, there's plenty others, and Canelo got combos too. Again, Canelo is very experienced. So, it's definitely going to be a good fight. The money fight, that's of course the primary reason, if you ask me. You know, because it's two different weights. But, you know, Bud, hey, there's a lot of fighters, hey, once you clean up your division, there's nothing left. Nobody else to fight, so you probably going to move up. Now, of course, it should be a cap, and it all depends on your body. But anyway, you get it. And I think that's what everybody concerned is as far as Bud. Is the whole weight, the transition from that, even from a lot of experts that tend to be they concerned when I hear it, because he definitely got the skill set and all that to even serve the likes of a Canelo. But it's like we don't know how that's gonna translate. That's the main concern. To where, man, I'm kind of, you know, now if, as I mentioned, he pull that off and it's no problem, then he'll be able to take care of Canelo. Now, do I think it'll be by KO? possibly, all so again, depending on the weight and the power. But if they get into a toe to toe, Crawford gonna zap him. He gonna tip him. And Canelo got combos too, but I think Crawford is a little bit more agile, a little bit more quick witted, and he got the switch up. So he gonna really and when they get to doing that, yeah. Now of course if Canelo catching but yes, I think Bud that's gonna be the difference. Now if they, like I said, toe to toeing and Bud put tips and combos that can put Canelo down. Definitely can hurt him, and we may see a surprising ass whooping, kind of like the Errol Spence fight, to where like damn, because Bud, like I said, he got drills, so that's possible, so that's kind of how I'm looking at it though. But as far as the KO, I don't know, but regardless, I don't think it'll be close. It'll be, even if it go to distance, it'll be obviously that Bud was doing his thing, or obviously that the whole weight thing is an issue, and then the carryover, maybe that. We gonna see though, man. Regardless, I'm looking forward to it. I didn't want it to happen, but I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely gonna be all eyes on that fight for sure. That's definitely one of them ones, a big one in a long time. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be watching that.